Today I wanted to talk to you about how to swing a kettlebell. I've got my 22 kg, 48 pound Rep Fitness kettlebell. What we want to do first is have your kettlebell out in front of you. You're going to slightly bend at your knees, come down with your hips, reach out in front of you, and grab the kettlebell handle and lean it back towards you. And from this position, you're going to want to hike back up high like you're hiking a football. Like we're trying to glue our inner arms to our body here. And stick it up, right like this. It comes like this, hike it back. And then from here, we're gonna wanna explosively come up with our hips. At this point, your arms are acting more like ropes or chains. You're not using your arms at all to throw it up here. You're using all hip power. It's an explosive motion. Whoosh, right to this point. At this point, the kettlebell becomes weightless. Let it naturally drop back down, and then you hinge at the hips, keeping the kettlebell tucked up nice and high in your crotch, and then throwing it back up. And when you're throwing it back up, you're like throwing it over that fence over there. Just bringing a lot of power. So hike it back, throw it up. And then at this point, you're gonna wanna make sure your back is perfectly straight. No arch in the back like this. Make sure you're straight and your core is engaged. You really wanna make sure that core is engaged. So back down, throw it up. And at this point, you also wanna, one of my mentors and coaches told me, act like you have a coin at the top of your butt crack right here, and you're trying to prevent it from flowing down through your crack. So you're really squeezing at this point. So down and squeeze, down and squeeze, down and squeeze. And it's not really a squat you're doing, it's more of a slight knee bend and a hinge. Whoosh, whoosh. So if you're just starting out, you want to definitely start out with a lighter kettlebell. You want to make sure that you're working on getting your form down first before you move into doing any heavier kettlebell work. So with that being said, let's go through what I just showed, but with the kettlebell. So now we have our feet about shoulder width apart. We're gonna slightly bend our knees, lean the kettlebell back towards you. And then from here, we're gonna hike it back like a football and keep it high and tucked up in there. On three, 1, 2, 3. Throw it up, throw it up. Arms straight, throw it up. Squeeze those cheeks. Stop the coin from going down your butt crack. Throw it up. Weightless, back down. Back down. Throw it up. A couple things that we don't want to do, hiking it back too low. And also on the swing, we don't want to be too low. We don't want to be down here. Probably one of the most important things to remember is keeping your core strong. Keep it engaged. We don't want to do this at the top. We do not want to do this. We want to do this. Straight. Straight back. Core's engaged, squeeze those cheeks. All the power in the kettlebell swing comes from your hips, not your arms. And you're gonna wanna swing about chest to shoulder level for the Russian swing. Throw it up. Squeeze those cheeks. Throw it up. Use those hips for power. Throw it up. A couple of the most important things is to remember to always have your core engaged and not arch your back. Core engaged and do not arch your back. Really focus on good posture throughout the kettlebell swing. And remember to breathe. We want to exhale on the upswing, and then inhale on the downswing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And just remember, again, I'm going to keep reiterating this, is do not arch your back. We want to keep that chest out and back straight. Really always focus on the best posture as possible. Concentrate on engaging the core, and concentrate on good posture, and concentrate on never arching your back. On three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Core engaged. 1, 2. Never arching the back. Use those hips for power. Squeeze those cheeks. And let's go. And the last most important thing is just get out there and do it. Don't overthink it. Just be careful. Make sure you're not using a kettlebell that's too heavy for you. Go with how your body's feeling and have fun.